We're joined in the studio by two people who will be marking Brexit Day in very different ways. It's Lucy Harris from the group Leavers of London and Madalena Kay, otherwise known as EU Supergirl. Welcome to both of you. Lucy, how will you be celebrating?
Oh, gosh, a flyover? Something like that? That would be great. No, my group will be having a massive party, but we're debating whether it should be this time next year or the 23rd of June. I think it should be the 23rd of June because that was decided by the people, not by politicians. OK,
so you're still rang about when you should have the big party. How will you be marking the date next March?
Well, it's actually my birthday today.
Happy birthday.
So I'll be celebrating my birthday and we'll be celebrating it with EU Superhero Day because we are going to stop Brexit before it happens and we're going to make the 29th of March a celebration of everyone that has achieved that aim.
How are you going to stop it between now and then?
We are going to demand a vote on the final deal and we are going to get the public to support our campaign to stop Brexit and actually save Britain from this travesty that's going to just damage our economy and our society for decades to come.
Right, that's going to rather dampen your celebrations. Obviously, if that happens, you won't be celebrating at all.
Well, it's not happening, so my party's still on. Everyone's invited, including Madeleine. She's definitely invited to come along.
Oh, God, I thought you were inviting Nigel then.
Who knows?
I like a party, don't worry about that.
No, well, we throw the best parties, us Leavers. So, yeah, it's going to be a great turnout, and I think it's something to look forward to. I mean, we're going into the big world now as the UK, and we've got so much to look forward to. New trade deals, new friendships. It's an amazing opportunity, if anything.
Apart from maybe a drink, how will you be celebrating?
Well, I'm absolutely with the 23rd of June idea. I think it should be, once Brexit's happened, that should be a national holiday. Wouldn't that be a wonderful thing? We can celebrate the fact we've become a normal country again. Because normal countries make their own laws and determine their own future. Right,
I see. Let's see how our guests might be celebrating or marking the day. Andrea Leadsom, your colleague, Leader of the House, says, tweeted, 1 year to go and I still wake up punching the air each morning, #Brexit. Do you do that?
Let me think.
Well, not for too long.
No,
you don't.
I don't. No, look, I've always said that the big event with regard to Brexit was that referendum results morning, and from that point of time onwards, it becomes a process rather than an event. And we are in the process of detaching ourselves from the European Union. We're in the process of signing up trade deals, both with the European Union and more widely. And what we will see, actually, is this will all be normalised. We discuss immigration policy, that will just be normal. We discuss trade policy, that will be just normal domestic policy. It will just become part of normal political life, and that's what I welcome.
You're shaking your head, Mary.
Well, what the Treasury slides show us that Brexit is going to cost between 1% and 10% of our gross domestic product. So it's not going to be, a great new dawn. It's going to be austerity for decades, and that's nothing to celebrate. But I'm with Madalena. I think we need to look at the terms. We need to see, are we swapping our three-course meal in the EU for a packet of crisps in the brave new Brexit world? And if we are, people have the right to change their mind. That is a democracy, and I'll be baking a cake and eating it because staying in the EU is the only way for us to do that.
Right. I mean, David Lammy, your colleague, said in a recent comment in the New European, I know some people are switching their savings into euros, but it's a bit like Game of Thrones. We can't escape this. Winter is coming. Does he need to get over it?
I think it's a free country. People are allowed to express their opinions. For every 17 people that voted for Brexit, 16 people voted against it. There are many Leavers who now regret their votes. They know it's complicated, costly and taking longer than they thought. And they see the consequences played out in their jobs, in their shopping bills and in investment in the companies they work for. And they're worried.
Right. Madalena, you'll still have your birthday, even if you don't have anything else to celebrate next year.
No, we have to stop Brexit because the reality of Brexit is not going to live up to the lies that were promised. And not only that, there's all this talk about democracy and how we have to respect the will of the people. Well, there's a protest in Parliament this evening called for the Fair Vote because, these whistleblowers have come out and called out the Leave campaign for misconduct, for cheating.
Illegal.
On that, actually, Nigel, is it important to abide by election rules? I mean, do the allegations about Vote Leave breaching spending rules warrant a full investigation in the interest of democracy?
This all started with accusations about Cambridge Analytica harvesting data online. And they harvested in America mostly
Sure.
50 million people's
But on that
pieces of
issue
data.
about breaching rules and democracy.
So have Cambridge Analytica broken the law? No, and there's been a lot of hysteria about this. By the way, if you sign up for the Guardian app,
know that?
if you sign up for the Guardian app, you also sign up for your detail and your friends to be shared.
I think that's for the police to decide, Nigel, not you.
And Obama harvested 200 million
But
pieces
Nigel,
of
just
data.
on my
Totally
question, you said
different.
it's important to abide by election rules.
Yes,
Does it warrant an investigation?
I agree. Why David Cameron was allowed to spend £9 million of our money putting a leaflet through every
Fine.
door, I
And
will
on the
never
Vote Leave
know.
side, should there be an
The
investigation?
donation was perfectly legal.
All right.
Is there a technical infringement on whether instructions were given? I don't know.
Can you promise us not to go skinny dipping this time?
No, I can't promise that.
And can
I
you
may
promise
well.
not to throw any more dead fish into the Thames?
Can you promise that once we get out of the common fisheries policy, we can put an ecologically sound system in place and be better for the environment as well as for our democracy?
Well, why didn't you say that when you should have turned up for the committee meetings?
Because it had no power. And that's the point. And the point is, and you can have your slogans about liberty, the point is, it is a fundamentally undemocratic union where the big bureaucrats are in charge, and that's what we voted against.
We have a seat
All
at
right.
the table. We'll be sitting outside the door.
And on this note, doesn't sound like much of a party, does it, at the moment with these two?
Well, I don't know. There's always some brawl at a party.
It's going
to be a raving party as far as I'm concerned. No, but I mean, there has been two tribunals already, investigations into the vote leave stuff, and it's already been thrown out. So,
Well,
Not
on
into
that,
the
and
allegations
before this
that
ends
broke
up as a
the
brawl, God forbid, I bid you goodwill. Goodwill or goodbye, I should say, and farewell.
Big Man Tyrone here. Make sure to subscribe to the Wicked Awesome Robin Hood UKIP YouTube website. He exposes the leftist crops on the British Brainwashing Corporation. Nice.